we go. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Crafty Hour 42. My gosh, this kit was super duper cute. I love the twist that Deanna put onto it, and I'm going to do a little bit of a twist too. So grab your kits. I hope you guys were able to join Deanna this morning. If not, make sure to go watch the replay on that, because it is always posted and you guys can go see it. So welcome to Crafty Hour 42. Oh, I forgot to plug my phone in. Please hold 1 second. Try not to gibble, you guys. Gibble. Is that a word? No. On that, so I had no homework on mine. All only homework we kind of had was to punch out all your bits and pieces and put them in piles. Now I am going to have you digging from other cards. So we should have 4 piles for my cards. But I kind of got bored. This is me. This is me. I follow instructions to a certain point, and then I get bored and I go rogue and I do my own thing. So the first card is going to be pretty straightforward to what Simple Stories did. They did a great job. They did a cute thing. Then by card 2, 3, and 4, I got bored. So I completely kind of reworked them, but not only did I rework them, but I flip-flop pieces. So I moved pieces around and used them in other places. And then I also ended up with extra pieces to make a 5th card. So we're going to make 5 cards. So we're going to have to get rocking and rolling, because Ken shook his head at me and thinks we're not going to get 5 cards done in an hour. You know, he's always shaking his head at me. So I did say only homework was to grab some watercolors so we can do some gold splats, because this paper just lends itself to some gold splats. And then grab your tiny tatcher. I love my little tiny tatcher. There's just something about popping a staple in something every now and then that makes it super duper cute. And then I also grabbed a brown ink pad. I love to ink things brown. Some of these I thought will be pretty in white, but some of them I thought, it needs a little brown on it. So go ahead and grab those items too. So we are going to get started. So card number 1. And of course, I've got my Spellbinders stackers here too. I love my little stackers. I can use the lids. I can use all my bits and pieces. So I love these. So card number 1 is pretty straightforward. It's going to be all the pieces that were there for card number 1. Now, I thought these are cute and adorable, but I want to ink them up a little bit. So I'm going to lay my pieces here so you guys can make sure you have all the same ones. We got the bee. There's the butterfly, the happy. We've got our big flower. That little ephemera piece, and the little rickrack. How adorable is that little rickrack? Is that not cute? So grab all those pieces, make sure you have those, and your card base, and your green backer. So like I said, pretty straightforward to this one. I didn't go too rogue on it. Where do I put my stacker lid? I'll throw it on the floor with everything else. So I'm just going to brown some things because I felt like this paper just needed a little bit of inking. If you love to ink, perfect. Go ahead and ink it. If you're not a big inker, that's okay. You don't have to. I just felt like it kind of helped the pieces stand out a little bit. So welcome everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Uh-oh. Apparently, I didn't make sure my glue wasn't clogged. Oh, there it comes. On that. I love my glue press, the My Sweet Petunias. We have them in stock. I think Deanna has them back in stock. They are out of stock again at My Sweet Petunia. I swear they are not ordering enough, and they sell out in a matter of minutes. So if you guys are still on the fence about grabbing one of those, grab it now, because who knows when we will be able to get those guys back in stock. Ooh, somebody's shooting fireworks off or something. Okay, I'm going to ink that piece, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink my little rickrack. because I feel like it needs just a little something. And I'm just using Vintage Photo. You can use whatever brown you have. Gathered Twigs is a really nice one that I like too. Walnut Stain to me, I think is a little too deep, a little too dark. Okay. And then I'm going to put my Rick Rack on the bottom of here. And you know what? I'll put a little bit of glue on it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to staple it. It just looks cute. I love using the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. There's something about just adding a little piece of metal that gives these things just a little something something. So I'm going to glue him on there. Then I'm just going to pop a staple in each side because I just love that. And then we're going to pop this. Or do I glue it flat? Because we're going to pop the flower. I know sometimes we get a little carried away with too much popping. I'm actually going to glue that flat. We're going to leave a little bit of green at the bottom. I love it. Yes, you do you. That's what I always say. You do you. If you like something, add it. If you don't like it, that's okay. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do exactly what the instructors say. We're just here to kind of guide you. I am going to ink. I am not going to ink the white because then that means I have to ink my happy, and that's going to be kind of tedious. So I'm just inking those paper backgrounds. So I am going to pop this, and I'm using the low foam tape. I like the 108. I know Deanna likes the 54, but again, use whatever you want. Thank you, Sharon. We are looking forward to it. We have not been away from the store or had a vacation since 2019. We had one planned in March of 2020. We're going to Mexico with Deanna. And well, you know how that story ended. March of 2020 was not a good time. Okay, so I'm popping the flower, and I'm just using the low foam tape. Low foam tape. And I'm kind of putting this point up in the corner. I want that point kind of in the corner, but I'm going to overlap a little bit there, just like that. Next thing we got is our happy. And I'm just going to glue that flat because I don't want to waste, well, I was going to say I don't want to waste time gluing all these down because we have 5 cards to do, but you know what? We're going to pop it. I'll just put my little bitty guys on it and it'll go faster. So I hope everybody's having a great night. Today, evidently Ken informed me, it's the first day of summer, so it's the longest day of the year. I'll take it. So happy summer, everybody. Happy summer. And I feel like I need some on her little legs too. I love this Simple Stories line. It is so, so pretty. I was excited when they came out with this. Deanna and I both were like, oh, that's going to be a crafty hour. Oh, and we have to have the gems because, or the enamel dots because they have glitter in them. I love when they put glitter in the enamel dots. Isn't that cute? Uh-oh. I'm trying to watch my time. Like I said, I got to go kind of speedy for 5 cards. Ken doubted me. We never let him, got to prove him wrong. We can do it. Okay, so then we're just going to pop our happy, just like that. Adorable. We've got our little bee. I'm just going to put some liquid on the back side of that little bee. If you didn't grab one of these kits, I think Deanna said she had 2 or 3 left, and I think we're down to the last 2 or 3 also. We ordered lots of extras because it was so pretty. There's so many things you can do with these. Actually, I think we've reordered them a couple times. Okay, there, put our butterfly down there on the Y. And then we've got our birthday that we're gonna put across here. So we need to put a pop dot on the back side of that to kind of raise it up. Is that pop dot higher than those? No, that should be the same height. Oh, it's because there's not pop dots there. Let me put another, I'll put a popper right between their little legs there. Put that little butterfly wing over the top. All right, card number 1. Happy birthday. See, super cute. Okay, I'm going to skip the gold splats because you guys know how to do gold splats. So if we have time at the end, we will come back and do the gold splats. Isn't that cute? Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, card number 2. You guys might have to grab things from other places. Okay, so you might lay all your pieces out in front of you. So card number 2, you're going to need your card base, and then we're going to have this pinky background. You're going to have the yellow strip with the plaid. You're going to have these ticket stubs, that ticket stub, this flower, and I do know that flower is from another piece. The butterfly, which I'm pretty sure is from another piece. Life is Beautiful. So I am switching this one up. I got bored and I didn't care for their design. So I'm doing my own thing, kind of give you guys some different ideas and different designs of how you can use these card kits. You can do it exactly the way they say. You can add foils like Deanna did, or you can take your pieces and completely change them like I'm going to do. So I kind of laid the pieces over here so you guys can look for those pieces because they're all from my cards, but I just am kind of doing it in a little bit different order. Kind of mixing it up a little bit. Ooh, hot and sunny. It is hot and sunny here too. The heat is on. Glad everybody is spinning. This is what it is great. When it gets hot out and it's kind of blistery, perfect time to work on some crafty hours. Perfect time for crafty hours. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pop this one. Where did my foam go? There's my foam. We're going to pop this one. And when I ink them, I'm not inking everything. I'm just kind of inking the edges of the pattern papers. Because to me, if you're not doing the foiling, by adding a little bit of ink, it helps draw the eye kind of to the end of it or to the edge of it. So it kind of helps your pieces set up. I'm not doing my white pieces because I kind of like my white pieces to stay white, but my other ones, we are doing the edges on those. Okay, so for these guys, you know what? Where's my distresser? And look what I lost. See, today I was telling you all about you needed these tools, one to use and one to lose. And guess what I lost? My distresser. Okay, while you guys are grabbing those. And I am just going to distress these guys up a little bit. We are heading to the Rocky Mountains and we're heading to Michigan. So we're taking 2 separate trips actually. Okay, I'm just distressing those a little bit. Add a little bit of dimension to them. Some of this you're not even going to see. Okay, and then we're just going to glue that flat, just like that. And again, this is one that I switched up. We're switching up what they recommended. Oh, Smoky Mountains, not Rockies. Did I say Rockies? We're going to Smokies. The Smokies. Tennessee. Going to Tennessee. Figure it's going to be 4th of July weekend. It's going to be really quiet at the store. So we are taking advantage of heading out. Okay, there we go. There's my little ticket stub. Add a little bit of 3D to him. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just getting in the car and going. Plug it in GPS and see where we end up. Okay, there's that one. So there we've kind of switched it up a little from what they had suggested. And I'm going to, I'm going to pop. I should have done it before no, I can't. I was going to do it before I foam taped it. I was going to pop a staple in that, but now that I foam taped it, can't really staple that down, so maybe I can get it in there. Just adding a little corner with my tiny attacher. Oh yeah, I can rip that up. Just again to add a little bit of metal. Remember when we used to have eyelets and brads? We used to pop those in everything. Okay, here's our flower. And he's gonna go on there. We're gonna have our beautiful, so I'm gonna put the flower flat because I don't want it to be too tall because I want you guys still to be able to mail these. Okay, and then we have the beautiful. So tomorrow will be the announcement of Crafty Hour 44. Again, each time I can't believe what number we're at. So Crafty Hour 44. And gosh, that means we're almost hitting a Crafty Hour anniversary in there somewhere, right? Announcement will be at 11 o'clock Central Time, Kourtney time, and 9 o'clock Pacific, Deanna time. And we already created the event, so make sure that you click that you're attending the event for the announcement. At that time, it will be going live on our websites. So make sure to jump over to the website to purchase those. And quantities are limited on these because we already have part of the kit in stock. We're still waiting for the die that we're adding to arrive. Okay, Life is Beautiful. The chipboard, that's all flat. We've got our little butterfly, and of course, I think we just need to put a little pop dot on her belly. And we're just gonna pop her there on the corner. Actually, I think I want to overlap her. I'm going to put her over there where she's touching the bottom. And there we go. There we have card number 2, Life is Beautiful. And that is my altered version of their card. Oh, and I totally forgot about the bling, but we'll come back and add the bling too. The gold, we'll do the gold and the bling at the very end in case we run out of time. Since I'm altering them, I want to get through all 5. Okay, your next bundle that you're going to grab is going to be this one. Again, I went rogue and kind of did my own thing. So what you're going to need to gather is the green background, the purple with the yellow edging. Got a lot of pieces here. The boots, I love the boots, little wellies. You've got your dragonfly that Deanna tried to use, so hopefully you didn't use it when she told you to. We've got a circle. We've got some ticket stubs. Grow, Seeds of Kindness. And that's what you're going to need for this one. So again, I'm going to ink the outside edges of this one. Needs a little bit of inky. I have to keep making sure my fold is on the correct side. And do we have an up and down? Yes. Down will be the flowers. Up will kind of be over there. So make sure your flowers are in that bottom right-hand corner, girls. Ooh, and I think most of you already kind of seen a sneak peek for the next Crafty Hour. Since it is going to fall in July, we're going to do Christmas in July. Do our first Christmas. But hopefully you guys have all signed up for Christmas Extravaganza because it is going to be off the hook. We have made a fabulous custom kit with an exclusive die that you're not going to see anywhere else. And we've got some more things up our sleeves for the live and for the Facebook group. Okay, so that guy I'm going to ink to. He's going to go over here kind of to the left-hand side. So I'm going to have more to the left, more shifted to the left, and we're just going to glue him flat too. And if you guys want to do more popping, by all means, do more popping. Okay, there we go. I think we're doing good on time now. Next piece is going to be our circle. I'm going to go ahead and ink that too because I felt like this blended too much. Deanna did some foiling and that looked fabulous too and helps make it stand out. So if you want to do some foiling, go for it. And we're going to put some foam on the back side of this one. We're going to pop it. Let's see, I want it like this. My music notes is going up and I'm going to come more over to the right and I don't want to go quite all the way to the bottom because I want to have room for my little wellies to sit at the bottom. Okay, and then we have those ticket stubs again. And I'm going to cut this green one off. I'm going to cut him off. Actually, you're probably not even going to see most of it, so I'm good with that. I'm going to ink it up. And we're going to rough it up again because I just feel like ticket stubs need to be roughed up. It's something about that whole 49 and Market thing. All the 49 and Market classes we do, we always rough up the ticket stubs. Something about it just being roughed up and looking old because they're ticket stubs. Okay, and then those are going to go in, which chop it off because it's going to go in behind. Oop, I put my foam dots there. In behind there, and then my green guy is going to go over the top of it. And when I put my glue on, I'm not gluing it all at the top because I want it to have a little bit of dimension to it because I roughed it up. Okay, and then we will cover up that spot with the green ticket. Just like that. So just a little bit of glue at the bottom. That way it still has some shape to it and it's not laying flat. And then I'm going to put my foam dots back. So there we've got our layered kind of ticket stubs. Next up is our wellies, our cute little boots that are going to go right on there. That's going to go on, and then your grow's going to go on. So you can decide if you want to pop your greenery or if you want to keep your greenery flat, but you will have your chipboard on there. I am going to kind of floof my flowers a little bit, kind of bring them into life. Just kind of curving them around a little bit so they have a little bit of life and not so flat. And then I am going to glue the boots down flat. Then we've got our grow. Just going to put some liquid adhesive on it because it's a nice thin chipboard. Let's make sure our seeds of kindness fits. Same thing. I'm going to shape those flowers a little bit. I feel like they're a little flat, so just give them a little bit of a shaping. And the flower just kind of tucks right in there where the grow is. It tucks in there really nice. And you know what? I still have some ticket stubs, so do we stick them down here? I don't think they'll stick down here. We will save them. And then we've got our little dragonfly that's going to come in towards our cute little flower cluster. Love that little dragonfly. So he's kind of flying in there. Oh, out of staples. So I gotta refill my tiny tatcher really quick. While I'm refilling my tiny tatcher, I'll kind of give you guys a little hint on your staples. So when you are filling your tiny tatcher, only use 1 bar of staples. If you go in and fill this entire thing, because it has so much pressure, what it's doing is the 2 groupings that are not attached, it forces them to do some weird stuff, and then they go root, and they jam up your stapler. So if your stapler ever gets jammed and you get frustrated, only put in 1 row of those guys at a time. They have to be attached. Okay, so I popped a staple up here, popped a staple down there, added a little bit of that kind of metal organic look to them. And that is card number 3. How are you guys doing? Are you liking the switcheroo? I had to do some switcheroos. We need a little bit different. Okay, card 4. Right? There's just something about a little staple crisscross. I love a little crisscross. Love a little crisscross. Okay, the next one. We're going to have your card base, and this is where I went rogue and grabbed a bunch of different stuff again. So this one, I am not going to brown. We are not browning. You're going to have the pink. You're going to have this base. A pink butterfly. The word in the ordinary. You're going to have beauty. And then you're going to have these 2 flower clusters. So this is what we're going to use on this card. All the other cards we did, if you look at them, they all had a cute little border. That one had a pink behind it. This one had green behind it. This one had a plaid behind it. This one's just pink. And that was bothering me. So I was like, okay, we need to cut this down and have white behind it, just like the other ones. So we are going to cut it down to... Always got to find the right side of the ruler. It is 4 1/4. We're going to say 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4 is what we're going to cut that down to. So we're going to go 4 by 5 1/4. And you know what I did? I lied. We're going to ink the pink part. So now we'll have a little bit of white all the way around the edges. It just seemed like it needed an edger on it. I didn't like it all the way up to that piece. So we're just going to ink that brown. I'm also going to ink our crossbar. We'll call it the crossbar. We're going to ink that too. I love using my tiny tatcher to pop a staple in something because it just gives it a little cute look, gives it a little bit more of an organic kind of metal feature to it, and it's super easy to do. And it's kind of holding your paper down. It's multi-purpose. Multi-purpose. Okay, so we're going to glue down the pink part, and remember, we are going to leave a little bit of white all the way around the outer edge. Okay, white all the way around the edge. Which means I probably need to cut off my yellow too, but I kind of like my yellow hanging over, so we're going with it. We're keeping the yellow hanging over. So the yellow will go all the way to the top and the bottom of the white. And I'm butting it up to that dark pink, kind of have like a dark pink stripe here. That's where I'm butting it up to. Okay, got it? So our next pieces, we're going to kind of layer in. We kind of use the flowers a little bit. There's just sometimes you got to just bend them a little bit and bring them to life so they're not so flat. Okay, so our little flower cluster is going to kind of go in here. We want to make sure we have room for everything. And then our beauty is going to kind of come across. Okay, so the flower cluster we're going to do flat, but I'm only putting adhesive in the center of it. That way the edges are still kind of popped up. And I'm going to take that guy all the way to the edge. He's kind of in the center there. Then we have this long pink guy. Oh, get a hold of him. And we're going to sneak him back in there too. So I'm just going to snip it because that whole piece isn't going to fit in there. And we're just going to kind of peekaboo him in there. So he's coming out the top like that. I think that's still a little too big, so I'm going to snip off a little bit more. Okay, just like that. Kind of tucking our little flowers. Then we have the word beauty. We're going to go ahead and pop this since we haven't popped anything else on the card yet. Gonna pop something. I think we're going to make it to the 5th one. We're going to be good. And the 5th one, I'm going to apologize. I threw it together this morning. I had left extra pieces and I thought, you know what, I can make a card out of those extra pieces. So I did. So sorry I didn't tell you to grab the items that you're going to need, but all you need to do is grab some white cardstock. Just grab a piece of white cardstock and you can do the last one. Okay, so there's our beauty. Then we have in the ordinary. We're going to kind of, we can layer it on or we could put it flat there. And then we do have our last butterfly that we're going to put over here. I kind of like that flat. We're going to go with it flat. And you know what? I think I'm going to go really rogue on her. Let me stick her on there. And I'm going to see if my tiny attacher fits. Haha, it does. And I'm going to pop a staple right there in her body. And how cute is that? To kind of pop. Put a little staple right in her body. Can you tell I'm obsessed with my stapler tonight? I just love it. We're being reunited. Okay, how you guys doing? Are we good? Okay, last thing I'm going to have you guys do to our bonus card. So our bonus card, you're going to grab a piece of white cardstock. I'm doing great on time. Piece of white cardstock. And what I did is, these are the pieces I had left over. I had this little strip. I had these flowers. I loved these flowers, little butterfly. So this is kind of what I had left. So I just grabbed a piece of cardstock, white cardstock, all it is. And then I cut a piece of cardstock 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or 4 by 5 1/4. So a 1/2 inch smaller than your card base, okay? 1/2 inch smaller. And embossed it. I just used the little dots. We've got the new Paper Rose embossing folder that has little dots on it. I'm sure some of you guys have some little Swiss dot kind of dots, and I just embossed that. Right, Evelyn? It needed that little white border. It was too much pink. Needed a little white border to it. Okay, so that's all I did. I cut white on white, and I like white on white. I like a piece of white paper with a piece of white embossed, just a little bit smaller, and it looks really cute. But this one's dots. I just love dots because, well, you can use dots for everything. Okay, so there's our dots. And this one's going to be a sideways card. And then we have this little strip of yellow that I think is just precious. And again, that is going to run, you can either run it top to bottom, or you can bring it in and just have it on the white part. Okay, so you can go top to bottom or bring it down. Okay. Either or. So this is kind of our bonus card because Kourtney had extra pieces. We're going to put foam tape on this. And we're going to pop this piece. And then you're still going to have some extra pieces. There's still some little flowers left over. We've got part of that ticket stub still available. We've got lots of hearts available. So there's still lots of little pieces that are available to use. And I'm going to put the plaid on the left. Just like that. And then we've got these precious little flowers. I mean, are they not darling? This one I'm going to glue down flat. Kind of zhuzh it. I'm going to glue him flat, and then I'm probably going to pop the other one. And this is the hot thing right now, putting a little bit of tape that crisscrosses on the flowers. Tim Holtz had some stamps. Gosh, there's been a lot of companies that have kind of been doing things with the flower with that little bit of tape on them. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on the belly where it's touching the other piece. And then I put a pop dot on the top where it's going to be touching that cardstock. Then we're just going to kind of crisscross it. We've got a cute little butterfly that needs to be floofed also, and we'll put her up here. And then we have moments left. And we'll put a pop dot on the right, glue on the left, because it's already, actually, that's too tall. I gotta put thin pop dots there because there's thin pop dots there. I gotta put it the same height. And I just love kind of the simplicity of this. The little dots, a little bit of white, adding the flowers. Kind of just gives it a nice little Simplicity. Thank you guys. Okay, so there we go. And then of course we still have, my goodness, we still have little hearts left over. You can put little hearts in here. You can kind of dress them up like that. You still have some pieces left on those. So those are our 5 cards. 5 cards done in 46 minutes. We are rocking and rolling. So I'm going to grab my paint and we're going to do some gold splats because we have time. How's everybody doing? Are we crafting along? Are we watching? Is everybody doing okay? I'm going to bring my splat box in because you know me, I make a mess. So there's our card, and we're going to add all these. I'm just going to do a little bit of gold. I love these sets. I love all watercolors. This one's by Crafter's Companion. Again, use whatever you guys have, and I'm just going to go in. This one's called gold something. I can't read backwards. Gold Seam is the color of this one. Gold Seam. So I'm just going to go in and then just kind of splat a little bit of gold. Yeah, I'll use there we go. That was too much water. And when I do my splats, I like to start like in the bottom corner and go up and across. So I don't splat the entire card. My gold kind of has a pattern that it goes down. And there's just something about gold splats that just make a card, right? Okay, so there's gold on that one. Let's get them all out. Need a little bit more water. Again, I kind of start in the bottom corner and then I go up and across. So I kind of do a diagonal. So not the whole thing is splattered. There's such thing as too much splat. Kind of want it just to be random. Okay, so there's that, kind of up and across at an angle. And I will take pictures and post in the private group, Crafty Hour Creations. So make sure you guys are part of that Facebook group because that's where we post our creations. You guys can post your creations and interpretations. And it's kind of a safe place to kind of be like a little message board. Post what you've made, post what you're creating, and post what you're making with all the extras. I love seeing all the amazing designs and ideas, and then everybody else gets inspiration too from all the extras from these kits. Because some of them, oh my goodness, are packed full of stuff, right? The splat just kind of finishes it. You just got to add a little bit of gold splat. Once these dry, I'll take a picture and I will get those posted in the group. All right, any questions? Wow. We did really good on time tonight. Really good. The first one kind of went slow, but I picked up my pace and I surprised Mr. Valley. 5 cards in 50 minutes. So we stuck it to our crafty hour. And that's why we love the crafty hours. It's something you can do in an hour. Classes are great, but sometimes they take 3 or 4 hours of your time. And sometimes you just want to craft and you just want to make something, but you just don't have that amount of time to commit to it. So the whole idea of crafty hours is it's something quick and easy and you can do in an hour. Okay, let me pull them back out. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave the splats off of this one because I just love the simplicity of all that white. I think I'm going to leave that one. So here, let me move out the watercolors so you guys can see all 5 cards again. So here are all 5 cards using the Simple Stories card kits. These card kits are fabulous and they have lots more out. So check with your home store, see what other kits they have, and you can see how you can do it exactly like they suggested, or you can make it your own and do your own ideas with them. So thank you everybody for joining me tonight. I hope you had a fabulous time. I hope you got to craft along with us, or if you're catching us on the replay, you can. This kit does have extras. So this is the Simply Vintage line. It has, there's papers and rub-ons and ephemeras and bits and pieces and lots of stuff that you guys can do more cards and do more with. I'm going to gold splat that. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it needs gold splat. So it's getting it. So thank you everybody for tuning in. And tomorrow, the next Crafty Hour will go live at 11 o'clock Central and 9 o'clock Pacific. And so stay tuned. Make sure to watch our Facebook pages for the new announcements. And we've got so many fun more things kind of up our sleeve for you guys. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. It needed some gold splats just in the center. Yeah, it needed it. It was feeling left out and lonely. I am going just up the flowers. Thank you, everybody. We are going to enjoy our holiday. The girls are going. The puppies are going to have a blast. We're going to wear them out. All right. Last one had to have some. Splats on the last one. All right. So thank you for joining me. Everybody have a fabulous night. And we will see you for the announcement tomorrow of the next Crafty Hour. Have a fabulous night, and as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye.